Now, in the last couple of piracy shows, we've dealt with a couple of things that are kind of low-hanging fruit that CIG could implement, or some changes that they could make to bring some life to piracy. But when Chris Roberts said that there was a piracy gameplay loop in Star Citizen, he was correct. There is a pirate gameplay loop in Star Citizen, and I'm playing it right now. These are the missions that you can get, where you go, you shoot down a ship, you steal their cargo, deliver it to Levski, deliver it to Grim Hex, deliver it to an abandoned, base on Yellow, wherever, and you make 10,000 credits per. There's also another mission to go and assassinate police forces, which I did prior to this one, which rewards 8,000 credits. Not altogether awful money, but compared to the legitimate economy of Star Citizen, it's not really great money, all things being equal. But once again, illustrating my point about pirate ships, you gotta be able to carry cargo, really, if you want to technically pirate in Star Citizen. But there are pirate missions in Star Citizen. There used to be smuggling. Well, there still are smuggling missions. It's just there's no point. The reward is unbelievably pathetic compared to the effort that you have to put in and the risk of just being disconnected while you're playing. I mean, the longer you're in the game right now, the greater your risk of being 30K'd is. And so a lot of players tend to go for punchier, quicker things that they can kind of get in, make their money, and get out. And that is kind of a player behavior that I feel has evolved largely because of the persistence of the 30K bug. I think that, one of the things that we kind of talk about a lot is the fact that the CIG is probably going to reset the money. They might set a ceiling at some point and say everything above this, we're taking it away. Who knows? But this makes players very reticent to kind of engage in a lot of gameplay because they're like, oh, what's the point? My progress, all that stuff is just going to get erased. But through the missions and through the upcoming reputation system that we've heard about, I feel that there is a serious opportunity here to not risk overstimulating the economy, but to give players a reason to engage with the pirate gameplay loop, to make it long-term rewarding, to make the game feel a lot more, as I like to say, sticky. One of the things that when people kind of ask me, they're like, oh man, why do you still play WoW? And my honest answer is because I've put so many years into it, and there's so much stuff that I have in that game that you can't get anymore. And it's all of that whole experience, all these little things from weapon transmogs to titles and things like that to mounts. It kind of keeps me there. It kind of keeps me stuck in. And Star Citizen can, in a similar degree, they can kind of follow that line because they've come up with multiple custom colors for armor. They've come up with different armor sets, which end up sometimes being a subscriber reward or something that you can purchase from the cash shop, depending. And I feel that stuff like that, when the reputation system comes in, stuff like that should immediately go into the reputation system with different pirate factions, be it the Lowriders, the Ninetails, the Dusters, things like that, different groups that you can work for, do missions with, and earn certain cosmetic rewards. If you're afraid of overheating the economy or giving players access to a weapon that is just ridiculously overpowered and you're not sure how you want to balance things out, I feel that this is a great neutral territory that to players, at least players like myself, that feels very rewarding, that gives you a sense of progression for time invested. And the framework for all of this is in the game currently. Now, I've mentioned the rewards for some of these missions, and they're not great, but there could be other rewards behind that could make it feel a lot better. Sure, you're only making 8 or 9, 10,000 per run per mission, but there's other cool stuff that you can unlock that you can use to change your character. Recently, we got a whole bunch of new paint jobs for ships. One of the ships that conspicuously didn't get a paint job was the Cutlass Black, which to me was bizarre in the extreme, that didn't exist. And I feel that a we know that there are Nine Tails and Duster skins and all these different skins for ships like the Cutlass. Why not give players access to those things, through, just slowly expanding the reputation system, seeing where you want to balance it out. Maybe you want to make it a bit of a long grind. Maybe you want to make it quicker, almost like a battle pass for certain games like World of Tanks or something like that. Like work your way up to level 10 and then you get this reward. Work your way up to level 20 and you get that reward. Something like that to make it, to give players a sense of actually doing something. And that's one of the big things that I feel that Star Citizen needs. I've always kind of suspected that the real reason why CIG kind of said, oh, money counts, but, maybe we might have to reset it. I always felt that the real reason that was to stimulate more player activity in the game and, to get players out there kind of grinding things out so they could get some much more reliable data on how much money players were making and what adjustments they would need to make to the economy in the future. To kind of say, okay, we need to get these guys to really kind of kick ass for a while and really kind of push out some real money so we know what the extremes of behavior are and what we can allow and what we should disallow. And I always kind of suspected that was the real reason behind it. They may cut us off at a certain level. They may let us keep all the money. I don't know. I'm not willing to gamble hours and hours and hours a day in the fact that they're going to let us keep the money, but it's possible. I mean, very unlikely, but possible. But I feel that through these missions, especially working for these different factions, we can definitely do something really great here. We can do something that, in the end, it doesn't really cost the developers a lot of time because a lot of it uses existing models. When we see this month, the subscriber reward is a certain set of knives, like this one or that one, depending on Centurion or Legionnaire or whatever the reward tiers are. We should have other ones that are made for earning certain reputations within the game once the reputation system is here, to give players that sense of, it doesn't feel all that great when you just go into a cash shop and you just buy something and you're like, oh, hey, look at this. Speaking from the other side of things, some of the most valuable things that I own in video games, and I'm saying air quotes or doing air quotes when I say own. Some of the most valuable things are the things that I didn't purchase. They're the things that I earned. And I want to hear more about that end of the reputation system. And I feel that these missions, as a part of closing the loop, could be so much better if through the reputation system we got to earn some really, really cool shit. Anyways, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.